Hey guys, thanks for joining me. My name is Dexter, and today I'm going to be talking about the FICO score, 5 key factors that are used to calculate it, and strategies you can use to boost your score. Now, the FICO score was created by the Fair Isaac Corporation, and it's used to determine an individual's creditworthiness and their ability to repay debt. Now, there are 3 major credit bureaus, which include TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and all of which you are entitled to get 1 free credit report from each of them on an annual basis, so you can consider doing so if you haven't already. 90% of lenders in the US do leverage the FICO score as part of their credit decision-making process, and they might use one or a combination of these 3 credit agencies. So it is a good idea to know your credit score from these different credit bureaus when you're applying for a specific lender. Now, the FICO score ranges from 300 to 850, with a higher score being better. In terms of how the FICO score is calculated, there are 5 key factors, and the first is your payment history, and this makes up 35% of your FICO score. And this means whether you paid your bills early, on time, or late, and also the track record of all the bills that you paid in the past and how many in a total count have been paid late. Now, the reports actually eliminate delinquencies from your account after 7 years. So it is good to note that if you had a late payment, let's say 6 years ago, that has less impact on your score than if you had a late payment within the last month. In terms of delinquency, it also makes a difference if you were late on your bill for 5 days versus if it was for 30 days. So in this length of credit history, they are looking at the delinquencies as a total, as well as what is the specific length of days for each of these delinquencies. Now, a tip you can use to ensure that you don't miss payments is to simply set up automatic monthly payments. I know many of us have bills, and as they add up and they also occur on different days, it might be easy to actually miss some of those payments. So setting up an automatic payment on a monthly basis will ensure that you do not miss those payments. The second factor is your total amount owed, and this makes up 30% of your FICO score. Now, this means the utilization rate that you have against your total available credit limits. Let's say that you have 2 credit cards, each with a $10,000 credit limit. That means that your total cumulative credit limit would be $20,000. Now, if you have expenses totaling $4,000 each month and you put them all on one card, then that would be 40% utilization on that $10,000 credit limit. Now, a tip here, what you can do is you can actually split your payments onto 2 separate cards. So you have expenses on $2,000 for one card and $2,000 for the other. Then your utilization rate would be 20% on each of these and 20% cumulatively. The rule of thumb is you want to keep your utilization rate below 36%, and ideally, if you can, below 10%. The third factor is your length of credit history, and this makes up 15% of your FICO score. This means when you first established and started exercising your credit. The way this is calculated is based on the average total length of all of your credit limits combined. The fourth factor is your type of credit accounts, also known as the credit mix, and this makes up 10% of your FICO score. Now, this metric is essentially the diversity of the different types of credit that you have, and lenders are basically looking to see that you're capable of making payments on different types of credit. These could include installment loans, student loans, mortgages, credit cards, among others. Now, strategy for those of you who are more established and responsible with your credit already, and you're just looking to boost your credit score even higher, is that you can take out an alternative type of credit, such as a loan if you've not already done so. And then if this is something that has a low interest that is affordable to you, then you can just make those monthly payments on that loan just for the mere fact of improving your FICO score. Now, the fifth and final factor is your new credit, and this makes up 10% of your FICO score. This means whether you've taken on any new credit in the last few months, and lenders are looking at this metric to see of your existing total debt obligations, if you've taken on any new debt, they want to see whether you have a track record of still being able to handle making all those payments. And then from there, they would then decide whether to extend further credit to you. Now, a tip to consider before applying for new credit is to see whether you've taken on credit in the last 3 months. This is usually a benchmark that lenders like to use when seeing whether you've taken on any new credit is within the last 3 months. To recap some of the key tips that you can use to boost your FICO score, one is to ensure that you make your monthly payments on time, and this can be done by setting up automatic monthly payments. Another would be to ensure that your credit utilization is low, and that's on an individual credit limit as well as cumulatively. Thirdly, you want to keep the credit cards that you've had the longest because that will affect your average length of your credit history. And lastly, you do want to monitor your FICO score across the 3 credit bureaus on a frequent basis. So there are various benefits to having a strong FICO score beyond just when you're applying for credit. These include when you're applying for a new rental property because landlords will be looking at your FICO score and your ability to pay. Another would be when you're applying for a new job where an employer will look at your FICO score, as well as for insurance companies where this could help to reduce your insurance premium when you have a strong FICO score. Now for the obvious, for lending, a strong FICO score can mean a lower interest rate or being even approved for the loan, and also reduction in the fees. So you have to remember that a strong FICO score can translate to real tangible money that can then be saved for the long run. Let me know in the comment section below, are you looking to boost your FICO score? And if so, how many points do you want to boost it by? And if you feel like you've gotten value from this video, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button, subscribing to this channel, and ringing that bell icon so you get notified when I do upload new weekly content. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Dexter, and have a wonderful day.